today we're back with another Zentangle project. This is a great one if you feel that your drawing skills aren't very strong or you just need a little extra dose of inspiration. If you want to go over to Amazon and search for feather stencils, there's a huge variety of really fun large stencils that you can choose from. And tracing a stencil rather than drawing something freehand is just a really relaxing way to get into your flow state, and it doesn't require awesome drawing skills, which is really the best part. So I will put some music on, and I only interrupt every now and again to explain what I'm doing, but as you can see, the process is very straightforward. You can simply trace your stencil with pencil, and then I like to use a variety of nib thicknesses to help separate the portions of my Zentangle projects, so the outlines get a really big fat outline. Then as we go inside, our nib sizes, as you'll see, gets smaller and smaller. So enjoy the process, and I'll come back in and chime in when I feel that it's necessary. But in the meantime, enjoy the inspiration. Now that I'm going inside the design, this is when I switch to a slightly smaller nib size. This allows you to read the design as something with a more intricate pattern, and it also helps your eye to discern from the outline from the inside busyness. So the more you can do that, the more strength that your drawings will have, and your designs, even simple Zen doodles, can really benefit from this practice. You'll also notice I keep my designs super simple. Again, if your drawing skills are not super strong and you're not feeling incredibly creative, keep it simple. It looks really striking, and sometimes it even looks better to have not such a busy, chaotic background, but to keep your lines nice and smooth and straight, and sometimes less is more with Zentangle. So just keep that in mind as a possibility as well. It might help you with feeling less overwhelmed about starting a new Zen Doodle project. yourself struggling for new ways to fill in your spaces, don't forget that just coloring in some areas is just as valid a form of zentangling as doodling in those spaces, okay? So if you're at a loss, just consider blackening in some parts and you'll be good to go. Also consider the spaces around your main design. You have this whole background area. Rather than leaving it blank or empty, consider throwing in a few designs around the background as well. Of course, you can also leave these areas unzentangled as circles, or you can fill them in a little bit as I do, and you can completely consider this done as a black and white photo, but I'm going to actually choose to add some watercolor and some bright colors in my Zendoodle design today, which I'm very excited. So the only thing to keep in mind is if you want to follow me in this step, make sure you're working on a watercolor paper, because we're going to be using a lot of water, and you can't use water on regular paper. Even if it's something heavy like cardstock, it will get really warped and weird. I'm using Derwent Inktense watercolors. They actually are permanent when dry. Just kind of fun fact. It's also great to use with alcohol-based markers and pigment markers, just like the markers I was using for today's project, because they don't interact with each other. Your marks are not going to move, so they make a great little pair. So even just doing a loose splashing around with water and watercolors can really bring your Zendoodles to life if you so choose. So yeah, you can watch to the end, see what the final product looks like, and then I will list my playlist of fun other Zendoodle projects that I've done across both of my art channels here on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy some further Zenspirations today. And next week I will also be back with a new video on how to do Zentangles if you actually quite hate it. So you can also subscribe now to make sure you don't miss that, which is going to be kind of a funny video, I'm not gonna lie. So keep watching, enjoy, and I hope you feel inspired today.